Hey there, creatives. Happy Sunday. So I was kind of bored and I had nothing to do, so I thought, let's go early so I can show you guys how to make a fabulous decoration for your home, for your office, for hospice, for anywhere where you just need a touch of something adorable and fun for fall. So let me make sure we get everything up so I can read comments because it's just me. Steve's working and doing whatever working guy things, lots of projects that need to be done. So let me get all this stuff out of the way, show you what we're doing. I was just pulling out a wide variety of different things, trying to figure out, okay, do I want this in it? So I have areas in my home where I don't need a big, huge centerpiece. I don't need a large table runner. I just need something small, whether it's something I tuck up on a bathroom shelf, a kitchen cabinet, just something that, you know, kind of feels fall-like. And then you can do it one of two ways. You can glue it and make it a permanent structure, or you can just make it a temporary structure, meaning that you don't glue anything in and you can take it apart and reuse it if you want. If you do that, though, you're going to probably want a dry styrofoam block. In here, I've used a product called Gaps and Cracks. You can get this at Walmart. They have it in two sizes. They have it in a 12-ounce can and a 20-ounce can, and you get, the value is there if you buy the bigger can. So it does take 24 hours to set up, and when you use it, it kind of comes out like foam, and you only want to fill your container halfway to where you want it to be. So like for mine, I want to be able to fill this with some peat moss and cover the white. So I don't want it to go all the way up. You could have it go all the way to the top and then just slice it off with a serrated knife and then just smooth that out, and then you can, you know, do whatever you want with it. If you use Gaps and Cracks, though, it's pretty much a done deal. Once you put it in there, that's it. That's why I'm saying if you wanted to do it on a temporary basis and not physically attach any of your florals in it, then go ahead and do it with the dry foam. Just put a piece of dry foam in here. You can get that from Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's. And you want the dry foam, not the fun stuff that you can push on. That's called the wet foam. That's more for fresh florals. And so you want the durability that the dry foam will do. So like these, I have some of these. This is called even though it's called dry foam, it's really not. If I was to take my finger and push on it, these ones kind of cave. So these are the ones we use in the bottle bouquets. Because you could go fresh flowers or artificial flowers. So if this is your first time joining, first of all, welcome. And I'm always about decorating our home for the holidays. Even though for us now, because we've relocated so far from family, we're not going to have that many people come over for our house. And so it kind of feels like a waste to decorate everything, to take it down, you know, and switch it out for Christmas or switch it out for a different holiday. You know, if you do Halloween and then go fall and then go Christmas, it kind of feels like, well, what's the point? And so I did a post last week and said that you are the point. You are worth it. I know for me, I live for fall every year. So why not create a home that's warm and inviting, and everywhere I look, I see something that makes me smile, something I've made, or just, you know, a cute little sign or a cute little sweater, pumpkin. It just, it kind of helps move us through the year, and it's not just another day like every day. So I happened to pick these up during my last trip to Shinoda, but I believe Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, I think Walmart even carries little metal buckets. You can even get plain metal buckets. You can paint them. You can do chalk stencils on them. You know, whatever you want to do to make it yours. The base on this one is 4 inches, and the top graduates to a 5 inch in diameter. opening, so small going to large. And again, it's filled with the gaps and cracks. It has sat for quite a while. I think it's been here for a week now. And we're ready to go ahead and use this. It's going to act just like dry foam will. I can go ahead and poke and insert my florals, which we're going to do. But the first thing that we want to do is we want to add in some glue, and that would have helped had I plugged my glue gun in. Let's move it to high. It should go pretty quick. And we're going to use peat moss to cover this. Now, the great thing about gaps and cracks is you can paint it. So if you don't have peat moss or Spanish moss is kind of messy anyway, you may want to opt out of that and maybe spray paint it brown, spray paint it green, spray paint it whatever color you want to. It will hold the paint, and then that kind of helps conceal what we're doing here on the base. So first-time viewers, welcome. If you are a first-time viewer, let us know. But I wanted to show you something that would be a great gift to give a teacher just before we get ready to go out on fall break, or something that she could put in her classroom. So we're going to go ahead and I've already described the container. Gaps and cracks is kind of interesting because it expands as it grows, which means if you put this in a basket container, it could potentially snap the basket portion of it because it's not completely sealed. So I would advise against that and just use something that's in a solid container so that it'll contain the foam and cause the foam to go up and not out. Okay, florals that we're going to be using on this, let me go over them, is these mini mums, which come in a wide variety of colors from the Dollar Tree, and they make perfect medium coverage color. We're doing a nice floral bouquet. We'll add a couple pumpkins, but I'm not going to go crazy pumpkins. So Dollar Tree, they come in red, orange, like a orange, yellow, a little bit of a golden orange, and they come solid yellow, white, green, cranberry color, I believe. The best investment I ever made was one year I was just tired of not finding the colors I wanted. And you can order them from the Dollar Tree. I think it's 48 pieces in an order, and they will send you a handful of each color. So you will have the white, the cranberry, and so like I can show you, here is the cranberry color. Here is the white. So you'll get a little bit of everything, which is nice because you have perfect filler flowers for all of your floral arrangements. And then you can kind of, just parcel out like maybe a few dollars more for something a little bit bigger. Like these are, it's funny, Michaels has them listed as either zinnias or mums. I have a tendency of thinking these are more zinnia, a little less mum, but they come in a wide variety of colors. This is going to be our main flower for this design because it's pumpkin color. And then we are going to add a couple pieces of orange ranunculus, again for Michaels. And then we are going to add in some fall grass. And this is just some nice greenery so that it's not just solid flowers and no greenery. So this is a pick that's called Fall Grass from Sims Pottery. And then we are going to use the Pinecone pick. I'm sure you guys have seen this at Hobby Lobby. It has it in like the, you have the dark brown, the orange, and then more of a light brown, and they're soft. They're soft plastic. And then we're going to add in some pumpkins and a couple berries in that same color palette. So you guys ready to get going? Any questions you guys have before we get going? Evelyn, we are making a fall floral home decor piece. So it's a little bit smaller than a centerpiece, but I guess it would depend on your table size. You could put a couple of these together. Linda, yes, this is today's live. I am just like, I decided to go early so that I can spend the rest of the evening we're pulling weeds out in our blueberry and raspberry bushes or blackberry and raspberry bushes. So we have an invasive thorny blackberry that we need to remove so that we can have the nice blackberry bushes without the thorns in them. So I thought we'd go live a little bit early, and then we're good. So I get the moss. Let's see, where did I get this one? I got this one from Michael's, and it lasts quite a while. So you can take it. It's usually all pretty stuck together. We want to thin it out. I'm going to take my glue gun. I am just going to layer hot glue in here so that my moss will stay where I want it to go. Just like that. And then we're going to cover all of that with the moss. So I'm going to kind of come in, tuck this in so that we kind of have a natural look for this. And I'll add a little bit to the top, right there. And then just make sure that our moss stays inside the container. Just like that. And now we're good. Now you can't tell I filled that with gaps and cracks, and I don't have to use a whole ton of product in order to fill my container. So the only problem is the moss is messy. Okay, so now we are going to, let me charge this so we don't lose connectivity and so I don't inadvertently disconnect y'all. Okay, so here's this. We are going to start with our zinnias. So we always want to make sure leave a long stem so you can kind of figure out exactly how far you want it to go, and then always push your greenery up. So I'm going to start with one right in the center. And if you're not sure what you want to do first, you can go ahead and stick them all in there and then either come back and glue them, or like I said, if you don't want to make it a permanent thing, then you don't need to add glue. I'm going to go ahead and add one here. We'll add a shorter one to the back. I'm going to go ahead and dip this one. I should have been doing it all along. There's that one. Pushing these up. And then right here. So what I'm going to do, just because I don't want to pull these out, I'm going to go back in and add some hot glue to them. Which is an option you have. Put that one a little bit aside from where I wanted it to go. Okay, that's good for now. Let's go in and I'm going to fill with some of the fall grass. Now this grass is interesting because you can have it go long, or you can push everything up to the top and have it a little bit more full. I'm going to leave it at the bottom. So see, it's got some greenery that's changing colors. I love this because there's a little bit of everything, but the only thing is the wired part is only right here on the fern. Everything else is basically non-movable. But the nice thing is we can add some movement to our fern. I go ahead and dip that in the glue. And we're going to add these right in around our center zinnia. open these. And feel free to move your greenery wherever you want it to go. Again, this particular greenery is from Sims Pottery. In order to order from them, you do need to have a business license. They're a wholesale company. Hi Sharon, how are you? Welcome and thanks for joining. As you guys know, I've been decorating for fall, so I have these little small areas on my bathroom sink where I'm like, oh, it'd be really nice if we just had some floral to kind of put that in place. Well, let's get this one. Kind of move around. And we'll have this one kind of cascade downward. Just like so. I'm not sure if I'm going to add any more. Let's go ahead and add our 2 ranunculus in here. I have one that just has the baby blooms on it. And then I have 2 that are a little bit bigger. Again, these are from Michael's. If you want the extra greenery, you can definitely take that and add some additional. It always helps to add these. Let's see. Kind of want these right in here, like this. Like that. So I don't want to take them out. So I'm going to do the glue gun at the base of those. We're going to take one. I know I want one in here. And then I'm feeling like we need one here. And now I'm going to take some of that greenery and just move it around the ranunculus. See, and it's already starting to come together. So now, let's see, those are pretty much the same colors for my ranunculus. These ones are a little bit, it's kind of got the zinnia color here and then the ranunculus color at the bottom. So I'm going to go for the ones that have little curly cues on them, like these ones here. So push these all the way up. These ones are going to kind of go a little bit towards the bottom, like so. Let's see, we don't have any more curly key ones on here. You could get really creative and just pop the heads off of the ones here. Take the heads off the one here. I'm going to dip them just ever so slightly in my glue skillet so that when I push these back on, they won't pop back off. Just like that. Push this one back up. And that's how I can make do when they don't come the way I want. Just like that. Let's see, I think, nope, no more on that one. let's just use this one. It won't have the little curly Q on it, but we can make it work. And I'm pushing these ones in quite a bit, so they're a little bit shorter. So I do have the longer pieces that will hang down. I am going to come in right here because I feel like it needs something yellow. And I'm going to look for one that I like. See, like it's just, it needs a touch of yellow in there. And we will pull that down below. Look how pretty that's already starting to become. Isn't that just so beautiful? Linda, are you finding it hard to get your resupplies up here? The answer is no. Honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, I haven't ordered any resupplies. I've had more than enough to get me through what I need. I do know that it does take a little bit longer for things to arrive. So because we are so rural at that point. So remember that pick that I was finished with and I'm throwing away? I am saving these so that I have my little pumpkins. I want to put my pumpkins in, but the pumpkins don't have a stem. So these are little, they're not, I guess they kind of are a little bit of like a foam, like almost like the gaps and cracks foam. So I'm just taking a little bit of hot glue, sticking them in, and making my own little picks. So just like this, right in the bottom. Do the same thing. And you can do this with any pick you have. If you need something, like if you wanted to put a bow in and, you know, there's nothing really there and you don't want to go out and buy a pick machine, I guess this would be our version of a pick machine. So there's that. And now we have those available to place on our pumpkins wherever we would like to add a little touch of a pumpkin. So the great thing is because it's on that long pick is you can bend them and get them to move wherever you'd like. So I'm going to take one and place one right here, a little bit at the bottom. Do the same thing over here. This one's a little bit smaller. So just like that, little touch of pumpkins. I just kind of felt like we couldn't completely ignore the pumpkin part of it in putting this design together. And this one I'm going to push really close to our bucket so he's a little bit more in and a little bit more hidden. So these guys, we can do the exact same thing because they are put on by a pick. So they're all ready for a pick. And I'm going to take these and put halves on them. You guys know me. You know that I will create my own picks if I need to. This one's a nice one because it's a little bit of a dual color. Let's make sure we can get, oh yeah, that's going to go in perfect. So then they won't slide off the picks as I make them. Okay. So let's add a couple of these. And of course that one fell off. Alrighty. Well, we will just get you to stay attached with your very own pick. So we're adding them here. If you want them a little bit taller, then put them on a taller pick. These ones are weird because you have to do the bottom one. There's that, and then put the brown one on top of that. We'll put a dab of glue here to keep those two together. Just so we can have smaller items kind of mixed in here. I'm going for the longer picks. We will build another one of those with our lighter and then our darker. Let's put another one of these on. We'll do a trio. We'll glue all those together. Where do I want you? Right in there. One more page. Okay, there we go. Just wherever you want. A little touch of brown, a little touch of green. I think we need one right in here. There's that one. Let's see if we can get the yellow one. Place this on top. What do you guys think so far, though? Let's bend this one up. Just like that. Okay, that one's pretty much done. I am going to add a bow to this so that it does have a front side. Ooh, let's add our berries. Almost forgot these. So these are just like a remnant from something I probably had. And, ooh, I didn't pull my pick machine out. Let's see. What can we do when... I remember. These are little foam balls. So we are just going to plop that inside. And now we've made a pick for these. So I'm just adding it right here into the bottom. I have all my little glue threads that are hanging around the bottom of my pot. I'm going to pull all these off. Okay, so you guys saw how I did that. I just got one of my picks since these are just little styrofoam pieces, I'm going to cut the little tail off. I'm just going to poke these right inside because they're just little styrofoam beads. And then I'm going to take this and just kind of tuck that in right at the bottom. I'm just filling all the way along the bottom. So if you were to look at it from here, see how the peat moss creates that look so that we don't see the gaps and cracks foam. So we'll add another berry in here. Dip it in the glue, attach it to our foam. And then we said right here. Nice little berry bush. So I'm using these up just because these are like my little odds and end bucket. Sometimes I just have things left over from random projects. So we're going to use all those up and put them to good use instead of tossing them in the trash. Hey you, I'm live. You just finished painting the door. Nice. I'll show you guys the befores and afters on the door. Okay, so that is how we are going to also attach our bow. We are going to create a pick for our bow. So the ribbon that I've chosen is this ribbon from Hobby Lobby, which is a really nice fall color. It's got some of the dark, some of the orange, some of the yellow, and some of the mossy green in it. So we're just going to do a simple hand-tied bow. So we're going to dovetail the edges first. Just like so. And we want to figure out how far do we want that tail to hang down from our arrangement. This one is about 7 inches. So knowing that, I am going to do 4-inch loop. So here's my loop. I'm going to twist, measure out 8 inches, gather, twist, measure out another 8, gather, twist, another 8, gather, twist, and let's do, we said it was 7 inches. I'll grab a pipe cleaner.
Where was the greenery from?
The greenery, so the greenery is from Sims Pottery, which is a wholesaler. No, I just saw yours.
You have a pick stash?
Do I have a pick stash?
Yeah.
No, but I should make a pick stash.
And I said, are you finding it hard to get your resupplies up here?
No, I answered that question.
Gotcha.
So the answer was no, because I really haven't had to try.
Yeah, you had a ton of inventory.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, is I had a lot that I could reuse. You're just hot. Get yourself something to drink. Let me add a couple more to the center. So I'm just going to make a simple little one with a 3.5 inch loop, twist. Okay. Yeah, because I think that this one would create a cuter bow like that. I like it like that. So I'm going to untwist my pipe cleaner and add that to the bench. So I'm going to take this. If you need an extra set of hands, this is where your bow dabber comes in handy. And then you can just hold these, pull that apart, place this right in the center. Because it just needed a couple more loops. I just felt like it was a little too skinny, a little too small. So now this one has some short loops, long loops, short tails, long tails. A whole lot better looking.
Evan said, what color did you go with for the door?
Oh, for the door? Well, right now we're testing a green. But, huh?
What was the name of the paint?
I don't remember what the name. Nightshade. Nightshade. So it's kind of like a darky green.
Pine green, yeah.
So we're debating. Who knows? It's probably going to change again. Yes, we had talked about just going black. But then we'd have to repaint everything, all the trim on our house that is green, to go black. So there's our bow. And why do I feel like this bow is just way too big now? Like it's way too big. That's way too big. Not if we nestle that right up at the bottom. And I feel like this spot has the ability to do that. And then we still have the tails that can flow over. So I am going to twist my pipe cleaner. And then we will put a stem in it. This one does not have a handle on this bucket, so this is where it gets a little bit challenging. Let me get another pick. So here's another pick that we can use and break down for our bow. And our bow doesn't need to be on a big one, just a small one. Sounds like rain, doesn't it?
I know, man. They're out in force.
Mm-hmm.
They have no exit route.
They have what?
No exit route.
They don't. Okay. Yeah, don't open the garage door. Yeah. Right now it's really warm out here. Look at how beautiful that bow is. I think I made my pick too long though. I just basically took my pipe cleaner, I wrapped it around my pick. I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to make sure that does not come out. And then I think we agreed that was kind of like the low-hanging fruit right here. The low-hanging fruit. Lettuce. I'm going to push this from the top. Yeah, I told everybody about the gaps and cracks. So I just had to bring it over here so we can show.
Yeah, it's such a sweet fall arrangement. Love the colors.
Yeah, like I said, this is just going to go on one of our end tables where we don't have room for something big, just something small, but I kind of want it. See, I'm cutting my tails back a little bit. I'm going to have some of these kind of swag off to the side, swag to the bottom. Cut this one just a touch shorter. And make sure all of our greenery is out from our bow. And there we have it. There is our little swag added on to this. So here is the side. We'll just make sure our ribbon doesn't impact our Farm Fresh pumpkins. So Farm Fresh pumpkins with our zinnias, our pine cones, everything just like that. So super cute, super simple arrangement. It doesn't have to be, you know, over the top and a ton of stuff in it, just something small that'll work just fine.
Kathy Ranunculus asked, is the bottle bouquet in the private or public site?
Bottle bouquet.
For fall.
It is in
Private.
We did two. So one is in the private and one is in the public. So yeah, that's super, super cute. Just like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sure you guys are going to start looking for adorable little pumpkin containers or little fall containers. And, you know, just kind of step outside of your comfort zone and make yourself something gorgeous for fall. And, you know, when people come over, or this would make a nice fall gift for someone who totally enjoys the season. So that's pretty much about it. That's all I have for you guys for today. So this will go to replay as soon as we finish, and I will talk to... Huh? Oh yeah, if you guys want to join the private group, come join. Did you put the link at the bottom? Steve's putting the link at the bottom if you guys want to join, where I'm teaching you all season long how to make things like this for simple gifts or just to make your home look absolutely amazing for all the holidays. So come join me, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now, everyone.